I was allocated an independent domestic violence advisor, and she just thought it would be really good for me to meet other people who'd been in the same situation, and obviously knowing that this could potentially help other people as well. That's why I wanted to participate.
Trying to process it myself, what had gone on, and seeing what other people had gone through.
So this project offered an opportunity to empower women to change people's views about domestic abuse and also to spot the signs. So I was really, really passionate to be involved for that reason.
Because I knew it was going to be publicised as well in more of a creative way than just writing, I hoped that it would attract the attention of more people to watch it. So I was hopeful that it would raise awareness of domestic violence, coercive controlling behaviour.
And I know how difficult it can be for women to speak about what is happening to them, to report it to the police or other organisations to get help.
I looked at it like just trying to help somebody else. And if you can only get just one person, coming forward, you feel like you've done something.
We wanted something that would be really powerful, that would help other survivors recognise that domestic abuse isn't just about physical abuse.
People, on the next street to you could be going through the same thing and you don't really know. It only helps one person. It's something, isn't it?
It was quite upsetting at first. I think the first couple of sessions I was quite tearful, but then it was almost a bit like therapy, talking to other people who unfortunately had been in the same boat as me, had similar experiences, but it was reassuring to speak with them and realise that, no, it isn't me, it wasn't my fault.
Talking to the other people who have lived through it, it just makes it, it made it easier for me.
What this project allowed was to have women talk about their experiences in a safe space, and they emphasised that it meant that they were able to talk to others who understood what they'd gone through, which built their confidence or self-esteem.
Also, I think it made me feel sort of validated and that my opinions were worthwhile. Well, my experiences as well.
There's some people that can feel very liberating because you feel that your voice is being heard, but for others that can be quite frightening. So it's how we do justice to those stories.
It's absolutely key that people with lived experience are the central focus of research and also developing interventions.
The women have been incredibly generous with their time, and it must have been really daunting to feel that their stories were going out into a public domain.
One of the key things that's really come out of this project is that the positive change it's had in the lives of the women who've been involved in creating the Eggshells episode. So not only do you create something for the wider audience, the wider public, you're actually creating a positive impact and change within the women who are involved themselves.
I quite look forward to the meetings when we were planning the script, the music, etc., because it became quite comforting and a friendly group with similar experiences.
It was brilliant, just walking out that door that day. I'd done it. A big weight had been lifted and thought, well, I hope it helps somebody. It helped me massively, really, so it's been quite good.
What we really want professionals to think about is to look past images around physical violence and not to be led by somebody's age.
Well, can't see any bruises on you, you must be all right.
Because the kind of abuse was not physical, not only did older survivors not recognise it as domestic abuse, but professionals don't always recognise it as domestic abuse.
As you can see throughout Eggshells, there didn't appear to be any physical violence in the relationship. It was all coercive control, emotional, financial abuse. So hopefully it will raise an awareness amongst other professionals to notice the abuse that's happening and to sympathise and even empathise with victims more.
Be mindful that domestic abuse is perpetrated towards women of all ages, and that we should be better able to pick up the signs that are specific to women who are older.
And because we don't see older survivors within service settings, we don't have services that really are designed to meet their needs and to identify when there is escalating risk or behaviour that is unacceptable.
There are many professionals who work tirelessly to support women in need. However, there's many women who have reported experiencing negative encounters with professionals, such as that they're not listened to, not believed, and the responsibility of leaving an abusive relationship is placed on them. So there is a lot of victim blaming that still unfortunately goes on. So I'd like professionals to offer women a space to talk and disclose in a comfortable, safe, non-judgmental space.
Not everybody can just get out of the relationship. It's working out how they can live with it. You know, if they are going to stay in the relationship, is there anything there what can help people with that?
I hope that they can see from it, because it is a very powerful production, the fear, the day-to-day fear that the perpetrators instill in the victims.
What we want as a real positive outcome from the video is to identify more people who are experiencing domestic abuse and get them the support they are looking for.
I think it was essential that it was people who had actually had the lived experience that contributed towards the production.
Just the fact that we've had the experience and we know, you actually know what you're talking about. You've lived through it.
They know exactly how things happened, how it was for them. And I think part of it is actually making people aware how difficult it is to leave, because you develop this trauma bond and you're codependent on them.
No one knows what that other person is going through other than those people who have gone through it themselves.
We do try and imagine what it's like. I think it's important that people with that lived experience are seen as the experts.
It's factual. It's real, it's lived experiences. It's not just people doing it from a textbook or a website thinking, oh, I've read this is what happens, let's put this in the film. It was our lived experiences.
By doing it this way, involving people with lived experience, you're more likely to create material. It is much more relatable and useful than being created by someone or a group of people who have no lived experience.
I think it makes the video far more powerful, because it actually provides an opportunity for those who've been through this experience both to be heard and to help others.
Hopefully it will have a bigger impact knowing that it's people's real lived experiences.
It's one thing when a service says, oh, we can offer you help and support, but actually when you hear it in the voice of somebody who's had that first-hand experience, who says, I've been there and I've come out the other side, I think that is the most powerful thing, and that's one of the most powerful messages that comes across from the video.